Hi, Randy Pierce here. Thanks for joining us on this webinar. Hopefully, you took the first step by ordering the book Clean It. It was the #1 best-selling book for marketing and consulting. Went that way in less than a month. If you didn't, then you need to go to www.wwcir.com. That's www.wwcir.com. And you can order it there. Here I'm going to share with you my story and techniques that took me to the top, to have a #1 rated company, to do $200,000 per year with one truck and one technician consistently on a regular basis. It also made it available for me to be able to spend time with my wife, and so I could coach my children in sports, both football, soccer. I was able to do scouting with them, go on camping trips and do all those different things. And I also had some time for me, so I could go fly fishing or do some other things like that, which means that you will have time for you so that you can grow and do the things you want to do. You should be able to increase your income so that you are able to have these opportunities. So go grab paper and a pencil and or a pen and get ready to take some notes for this life-changing event. Then find someplace quiet and focus on growing your business. Okay, so let's get started. First, I'm going to tell you a little bit about myself. I opened my own business, Superior Steam Cleaners, in 1992 from scratch. I then sold it in 2014 for $200,000. I then became a full-time instructor for ChemSpec and the Restoration Sciences Academy, and I started helping businesses to grow. I taught through the IICRC, which is the Institute of Inspection, Cleaning, and Restoration Certification. I'm a master textile cleaner, master water restorer, and a master fire restorer. It has been said I am the Eagle Scout of carpets. I have been told that I am a lucky. I'm here to tell you that there is no luck. It's about having a map. I wrote the book Clean It, which went #1 in 2 different categories, marketing and consulting. And this is what these webinars are all about, breaking it down and going into more detail. Does this sound like you? I'm working too many hours for not enough money. Just seem to work all the time and I'm broke. Are you stuck and just can't seem to move forward? I've just been here. I've been in the same place doing the same thing day after day. Why can't I go forward? Is your cash flow inconsistent? Do you have a lot of money and then a little money? A lot of money and a little money? Usually that's just because you're not doing a few things. How much time are you spending in survival mode? Just trying to get by. Just trying to have enough money to move forward. None of these things are the problem. If you had regular work, your schedule would be filled. You could raise your prices, so that way you could get paid what you're worth. You could get out of survival mode. And that's what my goal here is for you, is to help make your life more enjoyable and more profitable. To ease your highs and your lows, and to free you up to do the things in life you want to do. But most importantly is so that you can run your business. Your business doesn't have to run you. So, this is my son Sean and I. The pink hair is for Cancer Awareness Month. October. We raise money for the Cancer Awareness Foundation. Sometimes you have to do something a little outstanding, a little outlandish, so you can get noticed and get people to ask you questions, to help bring awareness to a good cause and help your community. So with the pink hair, people are going, why'd you dye your hair pink? Why do you have that pink ribbon in your hair? And we told them because we were raising money. And 10% of every job was donated to cancer awareness. So it helped bring awareness to what we were doing, helped us make money and get more things out there. So I had Superior Steam Cleaners, and my son Sean had took an interest in running the company. So he started working with me. We lived in the suburbs of the Baltimore, Maryland, and Washington, D.C. area. My grandmother passed away, and I bought her house and her land in upstate New York. Soon after that, I started having problems with my hands. They weren't working well. I went, they took a look, and they said my neck was going bad. So they fused and rebuilt C5 through C7. They fused them all together into one piece so that my arms would work well. I needed a plan to get my son to take over. It just so happens not long after that I went to a Piranha Marketing Boot Camp and I did an exercise, which is what we're going to work on today. This will be a map that will help guide you to your destination. You will work on it now and then develop it more over the next month. You will make changes and improve it. This will get you started. You will write, maybe pause this, and then write some more. This is the chance for you to get lucky. So like I said, everybody said I got lucky, but somehow when you go through this and you write it and you get it down on paper, somehow your mind just starts making things happen. And that's where you can get your luck involved, because your subconscious will start making things happen. So we're going to answer these 3 questions today. Where are you? Where do you want to go? And how are you planning on getting there? I once heard a story that changed how I looked at my life and the things I valued in my life. Imagine you're in the middle of a desert with sand everywhere. No points of reference, just sand. There isn't anything around you but sand dunes and the hot sun beaming down on your hot sun-baked face. You don't know which way to go. You don't know which way to turn. You're there, you're hot, you're tired, you're lonely, just trying to figure out what to do. Suddenly, a plane flies over your head. From a distance, you can see something falling from the airplane. You run over to retrieve the item that fell from the aircraft. Although you are thirsty and in desperate need of water, you're hoping that's what you found. Instead, you find a bottle, and in there, you discover that there's a parchment. But on that parchment, it contains a map. Now, that is going to lead you. Looking at the map, you shouted with great joy to see that it gave directions to a wonderful oasis. At this oasis, there were buildings, water, people, everything you needed to survive. The problem is you don't know where you are. If you don't know where you are, you don't know which way to go, which way to start walking. You have to have a starting point as well as an ending point. This lets you see in your course, and you can make corrections, adjustments as you go. Here's another way to think of it. You want to go fishing in the Finger Lakes, which is in New York. You have a map of the United States. You find the lakes. So now you have a goal. The problem is you don't know where you are, in Maine, Maryland, or Montana. So think about that for just a minute. Think about those other 3 states, and now you have a location. Until you figure out where you are, you can't get there. Directions from all 3 of these states to the Finger Lakes are totally different. It is the same in your life, your business, or your situation. You can't go anywhere until you know where you are. This will work for your business or any goals that you set in your life. Anything you want to accomplish, you can use the same theory on. So you need to take some time to work through this process. This was a life-changing for me, and I believe it will be also for you. You need to be honest with yourself. This is your life. You do not want to share this with anyone. In fact, I would recommend that you only share this with people you believe want you and will help you to succeed. Alright, so it's time to really get started now. You've heard some of the things that I've done and why, but now it's time for you to get down and do some work. So here we go. Here's question number 1. Where are you? This is where the rubber meets the road. It's time for you to get serious and honest with yourself. I'm going to ask you some questions. This will hopefully help you get started and get your mind thinking, get you moving, get you motivated forward. Now you're going to probably add some more things to this, and you may not do some of these things. All that's fine. This is strictly for you so that you can find out where you are. Some of these will be relevant to your business, others won't. All these need to be figured out. You can use this for your business or for your personal life. You can use it for anything that you want to grow in and become better at. This system will work for anything in your life that you want to make change, that you want to improve, or that you want to grow in. But today we're going to key on some business aspects. So here we go. How much do you gross in income? How much do you net in income? How much do you make? How much is your bring home? What is your most profitable area of your business? Who does what in your company? Even if right now you do it all, break it down to all the separate hats that you wear. CEO, CFO, marketing director, production manager, lead technician. These are just some examples, but any jobs that you have to fulfill, like I said, even if you're doing them all, write them down, because hopefully one day you're going to hand some of these jobs off to somebody else. How many hours do you work in a week, in a day, in a month? How much residential work do you do? How much commercial work do you do? Do you do any contract commercial work? That's usually, you write a contract because it's long term, usually high dollar, good profit money. It's a whole special niche though. And you can list this either in percentages of your company, or you can list it in dollar values, whichever you think will help you out the most to know where you are. How about real estate agents, property managers, plumbers? Do you do work for any of these people? If you do, which ones? What is your debit? Do you have credit cards, leases, loans? So how much are you in debt? How much do you have in receivables? How much do you have in cash on hand? Here's a good one for you. How relevant is your company in your area? Are you considered to be one of the best? Are you high end, low end, just in the middle? That's up to you to kind of figure out. What is your company's reputation? What is your niche? Do people recognize you or your marketing as soon as they see it? Do they think it's a professional when it is seen? What kind of marketing are you doing? Is it working? Some of it will be and some of it won't. So write down what is working the best and what isn't working as well. Are you a referral-based company? If so, what percentage of your new business comes from referrals? If there was one word that you wanted to own in the minds of your clients, what would it be? Some examples: Apple equals different. Toyota equals quality. Google equals search. So yours could be reliable, on time, trustworthy. Any of those things. What do your clients think about you if they just had one word to describe you? What is not working in your business? How much training or education do you have? Are you satisfied with the way things are? I would say probably not. If you bought this webinar and you're listening to it, probably not satisfied because you're looking for something new, way to improve. Do you have time for yourself, for your significant other, your children? Do you know who your client is? It's said that 80% of your work comes from 20% of your clients. So you need to figure out what that client is. And we're going to go into more detail of that in future webinars. But these are just a few questions to help you get started thinking. Add on to them. Grow. This is up to you. You can use this for anything you want to do it for. You're going to write these things down, and some of them are going to be uncomfortable. I don't want nobody to know that. That's okay. This is just the first step in this section that we're going to use. When we start answering the next questions, we're going to fix those things. Because those things that are making you uncomfortable, those are probably the first couple things we're going to try and fix. Some of the things we're going to try and change to improve and make better. No one has to see this. Only you have to do it. This is where you're going to start. This is where you're going to make the changes. So this is why you need to know exactly where you are. And again, we're going to start making the changes with the next question. So right now, come in clarity, where are you today? Now, let's move on to the second question. Where do you want to go? First, you need to decide how far out you want to go. I have found for myself and others that I have coached that 5 years is a good number. This will be a living document, meaning you will make adjustments as you go along. But 5 years is long enough for you to make a substantial change in your life, but not too far out that you just start to forget about it or think about it. You can stay excited. So you might want to look at what you wrote in where are you in the first question. But first, just start with what would my perfect life look like 5 years from now? If I could have anything I wanted. Don't worry about the how right now. Then you can break it down into some smaller chunks. How much do you want to gross? How much do you want to net? You need to be specific here. What do you want your pay to be? How are you going to grow your business? Are you going to put more trucks with more technicians? Then you might have to have some systems in place. Are you going to raise your prices, stay small, and do less work with more profit? Then maybe you need to add some benefits. What can you learn to do different to add to your clients? Or it may be a combination of these two things. Give this some thought. This is your life. You can continue through this, though, with each question as you go along. One of the questions was, what is not working for you? This is your chance to stop doing it or to figure out what you can do different to improve it. As you get done with this, now think of a reason you want to do these things. It is really important that you have a reason. It has to be important to you. It doesn't have to be important to anybody else. It has to instill your emotions, your excitement. It has to be important to you because there are going to be some difficult times. There will be times over the next 5 years that you are going to look, it's going to get tough. And you're going to go, man, I'm done. Enough. I'm not going to reach where I want to go. But this is okay. It's better than I ever thought I really would do. So I'm satisfied. I don't want you to stop there. I want you to have a significant enough reason to have the desire to finish. So you need to be able to look at your reason and go, I am going to do this so I can sell my business, send my children to college, and have it all done and paid for when they're done. So they don't have any, financial burden on them. I want to go to the Caribbean. Or in my case, it was so that my son could take over my company and I could go on. I would know that he and his family were secure, that my grandchildren were going to be taken care of, that everything was fine. And I wanted to be able to go on and teach and coach other people. These things need to be specific. You can't just say, I want to make more money. I'm going to hire some people. You need to put a number on it. I'm going to gross $200,000. I'm going to hire a lead technician and a technician and one person for office staff. I'm going to buy one truck mount additional so that I can have 2 on the road. I want you to just get into the big picture. While you're doing this, you can put together a vision board. You start cutting out some pictures and putting them on a board. If you want a nice place in the country, put a picture of it on there. Your kids graduate from college, put a picture of the college up there with kids graduating. If you want a trip to Machu Picchu, cut out a picture of it, put it up there. Put them on a board to create your vision. Put it up there so that you can look at it. So when you are wondering, why am I doing this? Is it worth it? You can look at it and see, yes, that's what I want. That's why I'm doing this. I want my children. to have, financial free college. I want to go to Machu Picchu. Anything that excites you, that wants to get you out there. I can't wait to be there. And in the winter, you might want to go, I want to go to the beach for a couple weeks, especially if you're a carpet cleaning company up in the north. Maybe you'll stay for the whole winter. Maybe you'll go down there for 2 months because you put systems in place and have people there that can take care of it. That can be a goal for you. You have to have some passion with it to get you excited. As you write these things down, as we lay out the next question, you will see how you can reach these goals. And as you see your successes, you will gain more excitement and growth because you have a map. Has to get easier as you move forward. Get specific so you know where you are going. You have to do it enough to stretch your skills to excite you. If you don't, you're going to go, it's so simple, I can just get it done anytime. But you don't want to make it so hard that you don't believe it. Man, I don't know why I wrote that down. I ain't ever going to be able to get there. Because then you won't even start. So play with that. Figure out where you want to go. Again, this is your life. This is your time to become responsible for what you want to do in life. So now, let's move on to question number 3. Since now you know where you are, and now you know where you want to go, let's start drawing the roadmap to get that path to where you need to be. All right, so here we are. Question number 3. How are you going to get there? So now you know where you are and where you want to be. Sometimes these are a long ways apart and it can be overwhelming. True, if I was a water restoration company doing $650,000 this year and getting to $3 million next year, that could be tough. I'd probably be praying for multiple hurricanes. But if I spread it out over a 5-year period, it's not so bad. It's kind of easy. So let's just work one goal. We're going to go through one goal and see how it can work, how you work it backwards from where you want to be, and you work it back to where you are today. All right? So here you go. So let's say you're the one-man truck doing $100,000 a year, and you want to get to $200,000 a year in 5 years. It's easy math. You just can say, I will add $20,000 of business each year. Which can be tough that first year because growing 20% in a year can be tough, but it's not out of the world. And then it'd actually be growing a little less each year to do that. But that's a number. If that's the way you want to work it, that at least would be a start. But you believe that that's stretching you because you're already working too many hours and you can't find any time to do anything. So you're going, man, if I try to grow, that's going to just wear me out. I've got to figure out a way what I can do. So you got to figure out how can I grow $20,000. Okay. So how can you make more money? You can do more jobs, but you already don't have any time. You're already working too many hours. So you can raise your prices. Raising your prices is actually the easy one to do. It doesn't have to be much, just a little bit. If you're only charging 20 cents a square foot and you go to 22 cents a square foot, you can gain more work and probably not lose many jobs. We'll talk more about that a little bit later. You can make more time. Well, the only way to do that is just not to sleep. So making more time is tough to do if you're already fully scheduled. You can reduce your expenses. And sometimes you need to look at things you can cut, things you can reduce, things that aren't working. If you've got something that isn't making you any money, then maybe you can cut that out and move it over to someplace else that can make you some money. You can call your old clients, say, hey, haven't used me in a little while. Is there anything I can do to help you? You can continue your education so you can become the go-to company, the company that has the answers, that can fix the problems. That's really what you want to be. You want to be the problem solver. Because if you can solve people's problems, save people money, you can charge more money to get the job done. Sometimes this is where a coach can help. This is where someone that can actually talk to you and work with you and talk through things can get that done. So maybe hiring in for a coaching program would be something you need to think about. But raising your prices is usually the easy one. But the main problem is usually you. You don't think you can raise prices. At least it was for me. Okay? Coming from being an apartment community maintenance man, I thought everybody cleaned whole houses for $60 or $120 a house. Those were what I saw. So that's what I believed was true. Those were the signs I saw posted all over the place on every corner. I had a lot of customers. I worked really hard, giving the best job for the lowest money. They were getting a Lamborghini job for a Pinto price. They were really happy. Problem was, I was exhausted. I would go market, I'd get a lot of work, and then it'd be nothing. Then I'd go market, get a lot of work, and then it'd be nothing. It was just a vicious cycle. There wasn't any planning. There wasn't any smoothness to it. It wasn't steady work. But even when I did work, I'd work all day long and not have enough money to really show for it. Any offer can be sold successfully at a higher price. The only thing is, it must do and provide a real transformation in someone's life. So if you want to charge more money, you've got to be able to show a change. So, for instance, I had a apartment community call me and say, hey, I hear you're one of the best. And of course, I said, I like to think that. What do you have? And they go, well, we have a problem. We've had 4 other companies here, and it's all with dog urine. The carpet's yellowed from dog urine, and we can't get this. No one can get the stains out, and we're having to replace all the carpets. To myself, I'm going, that's easy. I can take care of that. No big deal. Sure, I'd love to come over and take a look at it, see what I can do for you. So it was gray carpet with yellow. Problem is, they were in squares and rectangles. I don't have dogs in Maryland that pee in squares and rectangles. I don't know about you. So right away, I already know there were 4 other companies there that had no idea what they were looking at. No idea how to test and no idea what to do. I went and got my pH meter. I checked it. It was in a pH of 11. So it was a high alkaline problem. I knew from my training that all I had to do was correct the pH. I checked it. It was 11. I used an acid rinse, which was pH of 2.5 to 3. As soon as I sprayed it on, that carpet changed right back to gray. Now, I can't say that'll happen all the time, but those are one of the things I learned through education, was that I could make those changes through correcting the pH. And with that, the average price going around then was like $40 for a vacant apartment. This was 15 years ago. So they asked me how much I'd charge. I told them I could do it for $150. Now, $150 was over 3 times, almost 4 times as much as they were getting for regular apartments. But here's the thing. They either paid me $150 to fix it, or they spent $1,500 to put in new. I was able to show a dramatic change and save them. So it was easy to do the math. If I give him $150, we save $1,500 or $1,300. So it was easy to do. So that's where you need to become educated so that you can help save other people money. So along those lines, you need to think about that with what is your pricing. Okay? What are they paying for? What are people paying you for when they hire you? What is the value you are giving them for that result? If you're giving them a high value, you should be charging a higher price. So are you higher priced or are you underpricing yourself? Because if someone else is doing a bad job or not as good as you or not giving as good information, you shouldn't get as paid the same price they're getting. Don't negotiate price based on that knowledge. Pricing too low hurts your bottom line. It also hurts your credibility. and it can even hurt your customers' results. Okay? So how do you say that? How's it going to hurt my credibility? Because someone isn't going to hire you. They're going, man, if he can clean 2 rooms for 25 bucks, he says he can get everything out, make everything perfect. It's going to be a great job. I just can't see how I can do that for $25 and stay in business. You know, those people who make money and got money understand that they've got to spend some money to get quality. Okay? How can it hurt your customers? Because if you're charging a price that's too low, you're going to try and cut back on your service. You're not going to give them a thorough service. You're not going to be as invested in getting it done. Okay? If your client pays you top dollar because they want your information, they want your knowledge, they want you to help them maintain their carpets, to maintain their investment, they will listen to you. They will pay so much more. They will be committed to maintaining their carpet and protecting their investment. If you pay good money for something, if I gave this to you for free, you may or may not even listen to the whole thing. But if I charge you for it, you've spent the money. You're going to spend the time and the investment to get into it. It is the same with your customers. And with this price change, when I was charging low prices, I did a lot of low quality work. People who never cleaned their carpets got it cleaned once and knew that by the next time they cleaned it, they were going to replace it. I got nasty work. White carpet that was black. 14, 15 red Kool-Aid stains throughout. As I raised my prices, I got people who cared about the quality of their carpet, cared about their investment, and cared about the health of their family, cared about the health of their children. And that's the market I was shooting for. And it doesn't matter what you're shooting for. That's what you want. You want to shoot for the people who care. Okay? I went from charging 20 cents a square foot to 30 cents a square foot the first year. Now, I lost some clients. I'm not going to lie to you. But I did less work and made more money. And that's what we're about. The clients I was getting keep their clients clean. It really cut down on doing all the nasties, which just suck you dry of money anyway. Suck up your time, suck up your investment, suck up your energy. We are now up to 50 cents a square foot for our base price and go up to 80 cents a square foot for everything. The top 2 packages, we offer half price cleanings every 6 months. So if you become a regular client, you can pay less. That's better for us because we're there all the time. And it's better for them because their carpet will last longer. The investment will be there a lot longer. So it works better for all of us. Everybody wins. Higher prices means you make more money. Customers getting a better result because they are less likely to let them get soil. And they are coming there with maintaining their carpet. You spend less time attracting new business and you spend more time giving them value. So if you're not working trying to get 15 jobs done in a day so you can make $1,500, you do 3 good jobs for $1,500. You're more rested. You give them better quality. You give them more time. You can spend time to educate them, to build a relationship, to grow with them. I found a monthly e-newsletter that I can go ahead and send out every month. I found out most of my new work came from real estate agents. Those were my main people. So I came up with a program for them to help them market me, to help them build their business. And as I help them grow, they help me go. I kind of accepted these numbers. This is kind of accepted throughout the whole industry, whatever industry you're in. 80% of your work comes from 20% of your clients. Also, 80% of your headaches come from 20% of your clients at the bottom end. So if you can weed out the ones that don't appreciate you and fill them in with more than do, then your business will grow, and so will your bottom line. So after you work through your goals, you go from year 4, and then you go year 3, then you go year 2, and then you get year 1's goals. Now that you're down with year 1's goals, now you want to go ahead and break it down into 12 months, So a monthly goal, and then you get down to weekly goals for the last 6 months, and then you get down to daily goals for the last month. And that can help you get on target. And actually, you can find out how easy it is to grow, because if you grow just a little bit each day, it multiplies. Same like if you do an investment, you know, if you put in a penny a day, and then the next day you put in 2 pennies, and the next day 3 pennies. It doesn't take long for that little bit of change to grow to an astronomical amount of money. You can build your business faster than you can believe by taking little steps and moving forward a little bit at a time. You need to look for the one that fits you. Now you want to break this down into monthly goals. You want to be reporting it quarterly. Now this is where we start adding details, building in the how. This is where a coach or a mentor can help you. So to follow the example above, you're going from 100,000 to 120,000. So your monthly goal would be like $10,000 a month on average. So you have to look at and see how you can make $8,300, which breaks down to $2,100 a week, which breaks down to $425 a day. Now you have to increase that to $500 a day. How can I make an extra $75 a day? That's a whole lot easier than trying to think I have to make $20,000 more. No, I have to make $75 more today. What can I do to do that? It's nothing to get an extra $75. One more job, maybe just a partial job, will get you to $75 a day. Depending on your prices, a slight increase may even make up $75 a day. Now that you need to break down up your business in time. Okay? So for time each day or each week, you shouldn't have time for your business, to build your business, to do the work. You should also have time for your family, and you also should have time for yourself. You need some time for you. You need that you time where you can just decompress. It's amazing how that if you disconnect for a little while, you may be thinking about a problem and working it, and you're just stuck. And then you go, you do something, you have a little bit of fun, and you come back to think about it, and somehow the answer just comes to you. I don't really know how it works, but I know it can work. This could be as simple as 15 minutes at the beginning of the day and 15 minutes at the end. So at the beginning of the day, you can just kind of sit, think about what you're going to do that day. Line up your time. And then at the end of the day, you sit down for some quiet time. Think about, okay, this was how I started my day. This is what the plans were. This is what worked today. This is what didn't work today. So what am I going to do tomorrow? What are my goals for tomorrow? What do I need to change because it didn't work today? So how can I eliminate that to make my tomorrow better? Okay? How can I spend a little more time with my wife? How can I get quality time? See, sometimes we're working so hard that when we're with our family, we're thinking about work. And we're at work, we're thinking about our family. So we're not getting anything done. We're not giving any of them quality time. If you're with your son or daughter or wife and you're doing nothing but thinking about work, you're not really there anyway. Go to work. Get the work done. Come back. Get it off your shoulders. Give them. They would probably be a lot happier with 20, 30 minutes of quality time where it's you and you're engaged. You're engaged in their life, their concerns, and what they want. Because you need to have a happy home, especially as you're building a business and working it out. I was surprised to find out that a couple hours of going fishing, doing some wood carving, maybe just watching some football, I could get some inspirational thoughts. Take some time away. Actually improves your thought process. Again, this will take time for you to work, and you need to change it to work with you. It's nice to have somebody to work with to help you try to talk these things through. This is your life, though. You need to invest the time in you. You need to write it all down. When you write it down, it becomes a goal. If not, it is nothing more than a dream. I don't know how it happens, but when you write things down, it makes it real. Your mind starts working and solving the issues. the more passionate you are, the easier it will be. That is why these things must be things that you want, things that you need, things that you have to have, not things for other people. Have a great day. So, where are you? Where are you trying to go? And how are you going to get there? We've worked on all three questions. Now that you've worked it backward, now you know the end goal to know. So I told you I would help you bring your life into perspective to help you take out your highs and your lows. Can you see where this will help? In the next 7 days, get this done. You're probably going to redo it a couple times. Probably going to go ahead and readjust it. The whole goal here is for you to enjoy the benefits of having a plan. You can decide what your life will be like every single day, who you will work with, how you will spend your time, and how you will grow. Think what it is costing you not to do this. Sleepless nights, worry. Where is the money going to come from? What does it cost your clients because you can't focus on them? You want to build strong relationships, and to do that, you have to know where you are and where you're going. I hope you found this webinar exciting. On the next slide, you'll find my contact information. Feel free to shoot me an email at randy@wwcir.com. Give me a call, 443-277-1874. Be happy to help you out. My goal is to help you build your company so that you can become successful. You can improve this industry. You can have more time to enjoy with your family and your loved ones, not just working every day, trying to make ends meet. Let's find a way to make more money. Have a great day, and I'll see you soon. All right, so as we end this, hopefully you've already got the book, Clean It, so you can follow along and get a basic understanding where we're going and being able to do this. Here's my contact information. Call me Randy Pierce. My address is 8734 County Route 70, Avoca, New York 14809. You can call me on the phone, 443-277-1874. You can text me whenever you want. You can check out my website, wwcir.com, see what training's coming up, see what information I can give you. You can also go to randy@wwcir.com and email me. Check us out on Facebook. We're there for you. That's our goal, is to help you grow your business. It's not really about us. You know, I'm here to help you. That's what makes it exciting. That's why I got into teaching. That's why I got into doing this stuff, so that I can help people grow their businesses. That's where I get my excitement from. And I look forward to helping you. Thank you.